What is Niska here with the trucker woman we're reacting to?
More Johnny Somali prison letters.
Story time!
And there was another, I don't think he gets to in this video, but apparently his appeal is getting pushed along. He's going to have another trial here on June 11th.
He's so cooked.
Johnny Somali has had his addiction exposed and how he is going to suffer in Korean jail in his latest prison letter. We're going to get at that today on The Legal Mindset. We teach you to be...
Wait. Johnny Somali has an addiction?
Yeah, to the internet. And attention. And the problem is, he ain't getting that.
Yep. So now he's realizing the folly of his actions. He should have just been a VTuber.
Yeah.
Own judge. Now, as you all know, we have been tracking the case of Ramzi Khalid Ismail, aka Johnny Somali, since the beginning.
Oh, he exists. He exists in his own personal Korean hell.
Yeah, he's in the
detention center.
He's getting the Korean booty water treatment right about now.
Booty water?
Warrior.
He's getting water sprayed up his ass.
2 years ago, and he is now sitting in a Seoul detention center, the Nambu Detention Center, as his appeal is ongoing, and that will determine what happens to him, whether it's extended even.
Hey, someone lied. Someone said there was a hole in this. Wait.
Going and
there's a toilet.
Do you really want to use that toilet? Look at the stains.
It's better than what I was told. What I heard was there was supposed to be a hole in the floor.
That will determine what happens to him, whether it's extended even longer, if he's sent to this forced labor prison. That's all going to be determined over the coming months. And the only window we really have into Somali's thoughts and what's going on is these prison letters, which are being leaked and exposed as we go. Now, we've already gone over one of those letters, but we have a latest letter which goes deeper.
Why the fuck do they have cute stationery? That's what I want to know.
Just to be funny.
Because how the hell did he get that stationery? It had to have been provided. And apparently South Korea has cute stationery for their imprisoned little detention people.
Into his thoughts and what's going on with him. So let's break into all of that. So here we go. We have this, and I'm going to be reading this for you because...
What happened to the cute stationery?
They ran out.
It's like, nah, it's just plain now. Sheesh.
Because the handwriting is a little bit messy. So Somali starts the letter by thanking him.
Someone redact it.
Redact it?
Redact it. He scribbled out a bunch of things.
You realize he didn't have an eraser. They shoved the eraser up his ass.
And giving the information for his commissary. Obviously, we're not going to put that information out there so people aren't sending people Johnny funds. But he asked for Game of Thrones for a paperback. He says that would help him to kill time with a fiction novel. But then he really gets into the meat of it. So he says, I will answer your questions honestly, but to be upfront, since I do not really know your identity or motive, I will have to be careful what I write. I will not lie, but some things I cannot fully express while still on Korean soil. So let's stop right there. This person is...
We're not going to get the crazy Chris Chan letters that Chris Chan wrote while he was in the mental hospital.
I got a question.
What?
Who decided to start writing, and how did they find Johnny in there to be able to start writing to him?
I don't know.
Wait. Do they have like maybe like a I feel like this is a thing where you get like a random pen pal in prison.
Maybe.
Just a random person that's writing him. We don't really know the intentions of this person. Obviously, this person is turning these things over to the public, so they want them to be leaked. Now, this could be a person that is pro-Somali, anti-Somali. We really don't know, but clearly they want this information to get out there. Now, whether or not...
I mean, if they're giving them money, I feel like they'd be pro-Somali, unless it's just funny.
But you got to pay the law cow to milk the law cow. So
Johnny knows this. Whether or not this was planned, we can't say. But it is fair to say that these are things that Johnny is willing to say regardless. He's just willing to go out there and say no matter what. To continue on there, he says, Also,
The
if you
Tozy?
could include
That'd be
an
fun if it
unused
was.
stamp in your next letter, I can write you back a lot quicker. I was very curious of the social media and traditional media coverage of my case and sentencing. I would really appreciate if you could screenshot or print some of the articles in English or the
Okay.
top Reddit or X.
So wait, as Johnny Somali should know that his letters are being public edited, I'm guessing.
I don't think he knows.
I don't know, he's saying, could you please social media stuff like this? I mean, obviously he would have to realize.
That's his main concern is the damn prison is what
He wants to know, he needs his fix. He needs to know people are talking about him. We are feeding into his addiction. He's an attention whore.
Yeah, I know.
Threads, right? Twitter X Threads. So stop right there. Johnny Somali exposed the first thing he's really going for. The thing he really cares about here is his social media appearance. Johnny Somali, if you guys don't know, Ramsey Khalid Ismail is addicted to what people are saying about him. He's constantly watching
addicted
every
to
video on him,
fame.
etc. He watched all of my
Addicted to the
videos,
internet.
was always there to seethe and hit a dislike button.
Does that mean Johnny Somali is the new version of Chris Chan, except less fun?
Ain't gonna fuck his elderly mother, so probably not.
Instead, he gets pedophile charges.
So one thing I've said about this is his punishment is being away from the internet, away from social media, away from being able to track this. He just has a TV. He doesn't have anything else in there, and that's really just Korean programming. He's not getting Johnny Somali
He's
News
watching TV with no
24/7
subtitles.
and being able to think he's the center of the world because people are putting bad press out on him. Part of that addiction is cut now. He's not able to get that. This only is
yep.
fed.
He got
His
the Cheetos
attention
like
is only
a
given
crackhead.
through these letters, and he is already hurting, and it has barely been a month behind bars.
What is my senpai Atozi saying about me?
Or legal mindset, or more. What?
You know something I noticed? I think Nux completely stopped talking about Johnny Somali.
He's not gone full politics, but
Yeah, he's become more of a political
political.
political VTuber.
And you
I
can
made a
see
new
he
word
goes in the
today.
next page here even deeper into what he wants and exactly what he thinks is important. He says, or even YouTube reactions, even Korean sites translated in English. So he's
See, this
fiending
is a
so hard.
Tozy.
He wants
Send it to me. It's a
anything,
picture of
anything. He
us.
just wants that hit of social media validation. He says the Korean opinions would be interesting to read, but I would like to see Western and Korean opinions.
Of
I heard
course.
it made the New York Times, so I would love to have that too specifically. So somebody told him
He
something.
wants to know that Trump senpai said "fuck you."
Yeah.
Somehow it got out there. Maybe this was, circulating at some point. Maybe there's a copy of the New York Times in the prison. Who knows? Something like that.
I doubt
Now, that
it.
article was absolutely horrible. We reviewed it. It had some information that wasn't entirely accurate or wasn't the full picture. It also painted him in a very neutral light, which I think was very
Ugh.
weird to do. Perhaps because the New York Times.
Did we not learn nothing from Leaflet's lovely musical?
Nobody learns. Nobody ever does learn. Someone didn't make it. Well, no, I think Leaflet did.
What?
Put Johnny Somali in an AI music video, getting his ass kicked
She did?
from Legal Mindset.
Okay.
Times is
Put him in the
mainly
box.
He was put in a box.
Yeah,
Which one was this?
it was he put him in the box.
Oh.
something that is for rather elderly people that aren't aware of the internet, so they don't have as much context here.
Think
But
you're right.
he wants that
That sounds
information
familiar.
because he's addicted to thinking he is the most important person in the world. A key factor about these nuisance streamers is they think they are the center of the universe. Says it was on TV for a couple days in all the cells, and we have Korean newspaper clippings here, but it would be curious to see the general consensus of the outcome. All of the guards and inmates know who I am. So he's getting this false importance because they know who he am. So he thinks, oh, he's so important. He's some sort of VIP. He says, living situation. At the moment, I'm staying in a cell with other foreign inmates, but I have been given the option to stay alone if I would like. I think most foreign inmates are Chinese. So he's in there with a bunch of Chinese people. He has the option of going into solitary.
So he's put with the foreign people, but none of them can speak English. They're all Chinese.
I'm guessing he's the only American in there.
Probably, yeah.
Good job.
Essentially, if he wants to go into a solitary cell, which would not be as preferable, trust me, if he wants to go there. He also said treatment of facilities. I've honestly been treated very well at the detention center and have tried to accommodate my needs to make me feel comfortable. I've been given the option to eat a foreigner meal, and that is tailored to my dietary restrictions. And I can choose what to eat for the Korean meal, which is surprisingly good. The medical care is good, and the general living conditions are not all that bad. I am not in a prison. It is different. A word in Korean.
I mean, it's not North Korea, so it could be...
Yeah, they're not in North Korea, but they're not. It's not going to be nice. Any prison food is going to be shit.
It's not prison, though. It's a detention center.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Is gochujang, something like that. So he doesn't. This is an important point. And I do believe, by the way, that maybe they give him an option of another meal, but that meal is not going to be great. This is definite cope on that quality. Saying, okay, yeah, it's surprisingly good. No. This is not.
Or it's not. Do we have evidence of Johnny Somali's handwriting prior to these letters? That's what I want to know. Or he's being forced to write this stuff.
Who knows?
May food. This is absolutely the very, very simple meal. But on that point specifically about not being in a prison, he is not being fully informed of what's going down. Previously, he could watch my videos and find out exactly what's going down because we're working with multiple people that are insiders, people that have vast experience in the Korean legal system. We know exactly what's going on. He is unaware of this distinction between a detention center and a prison. And he doesn't know that he's being held here during the pendency of his appeal before he gets sent to the prison where he'd be forced to do labor, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't understand this is a separate section. No one's explained this to him. Now, mind you, he just fired, or rather his private lawyer, quit, left, etc. The one that was formerly funded.
Legal Mindset shouldn't have even alluded to being fired. There would be no way Johnny would fire his only lifeline.
No, his boyfriend / husband had divorced him and took the lawyer away from him. Let's be real.
By his roommate Hank
truth,
and former ally, who is now turned a little bit of frenemy, if you might say. That's gone. He's with a public defender. And in Korea, the thing is, lawyers are only going to do that bare minimum that is required unless you push them usually to ask more questions or go further. They're just going to give you what they need to give you and not anymore. So they're not going to go out of their way to explain everything that's going on, the entire system, unless you're actually going there.
They're not going to give a damn if they win or lose because no matter what, they're going to get paid.
What does that mean, myself? Good news, I got your check. Bad news, you got life. You're accusing Smalley of having sense, but not fire his lawyer.
Pressing them with questions and actually asking them the right things, which Johnny Somali has no...
Good point. He hasn't shown any kind of sense of common sense. But at the same time, we know the truth that it was Hank that divorced him and took the lawyer.
Wouldn't it make sense to just get this gremlin off your back?
Mm-hmm.
No idea how to do, particularly with the loss.
He learned his lesson.
He goes, it's pretty low security and like a summer camp. We just eat, go to recess,
Bullshit.
work out, watch TV, and read the newspaper. There's no forced labor. We just relax and do nothing all day because he's not yet in that labor prison. That's coming next after the appeal. So if he, for example, gets sentenced to a year or 2 years, the sentence is increased, then he would go on to that labor prison after the end of his appeals. He says foreigners are not allowed to work or be in a cell with Korean nationals. Korean Americans can be put in with foreigners. That's very true. And that is also true that they can't work. And that's actually something that in the prison, there's some jobs that actually people find, hey, they're a way to kill time, a way to do something different. He can't do that because he doesn't speak Korean. Yes, I have social interaction with other inmates every day within my cell block, and during my outside time. I also interact with guards.
I want to know what kind of social interactions he's actually having if he can't understand anyone.
Social interactions right here.
Too bad you can't actually show that.
Inmate staff that can speak English.
He made a
I am
hole with
like
one
a
hand and made a
celebrity
pointy
inmate
finger
here,
with
and
the
treated
other.
very well by all the inmates who shake my hand and always say hello or yell Somali from the cells and cells through the windows. I have had inmates young and old shake my hand and even ask for autographs, which I did 4 or 5 so far. That might pop up
Why?
online, so I drew some nice art. The staff are always talking to me sometimes with a translator and making sure I'm safe and okay.
Wait. How can Johnny Somali draw nice art? He doesn't have access to AI.
And the staff tell me I should live a nice, kind life and treat people better in the future. Some of the inmates have even said that they are my fans, and I have made good friends already. This is
Sure.
exactly what's wrong with Somali. Somali is treating validation, particularly validation from criminals, as positive reinforcement, as something good. And this is a problem with him. He doesn't really care where this validation comes from, even though it's coming from the most
Wait a
degenerate.
minute. He found his clique.
He found his clique.
Oh no. He ain't gonna learn shit. He's gonna want to stay in here now.
And then he's going to get moved to the labor. And he's going to hate it.
The worst of society, the people that are absolutely at the bare bottom, the absolute dregs, which is his Discord, these
Yeah.
other people that support him online, the various people that may back him up. Even though it's the absolute worst, he doesn't care. He doesn't care where that validation is coming from as long
Yeah. Just because you and I and most people we know would be like, yeah, no, you're scum of the earth. When he's surrounded by scum of the earth, of course he's gonna be liked.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So he pisses the wrong person off, and then it's going to end real bad for him.
Sad but true.
as he is getting validated. He's just getting that attention, and for Somali, attention is his addiction. He also says here, and this is most important, that the Korean legal system, I am a little bit uncomfortable to talk about this topic in detail. This is because he doesn't want exposed how much he doesn't know and exactly how wrong he is. He, I think, has an idea that these things are getting leaked and getting out there, and he doesn't want his ignorance to get out. So he says, as I do not want to jeopardize my freedom further, I will say that the American system, while flawed, is infinitely more fair, and leave it at that. In my personal experience, the Japanese justice system is more fair, but the correction facilities are worse than Korean. So this is actually fairly accurate from all of my comrades in
Don't bite
Japan
the
that explained
hand.
this to me and have talked about this. The Korean penal system is generally more Spartan, less good than the Korean system, but it's not
Japanese.
saying much. That's a matter of degree. It's not, it's once again, this is not paradise. It's not something that's absolutely fun. But knocking
meant to
the
be.
Korean legal system is because he's failed to actually take the time to engage with people who understand it and have conversations to educate himself. He relied on flawed advice. He relied on single source. He relied on people that weren't experts in the Korean criminal system. And that
If only he licked the judge.
No, you got to go up and touch the judge's face. What was it?
It was licking him, wasn't it?
I thought it was up and you have to touch the face. If you want to make you touch the judge's face, you guys to get sent like you.
I could have sworn the joke was he's supposed to lick the judge.
I didn't hear lick. It was something else. Either touch the judge or grab his hair or something.
I feel like it was lick. Didn't he go back to that Nux video?
has proven his flaw all along. So let's go over to my judgment. So in judgment, Ramsey is absolutely addicted to social media and his public image. We see
I think
that
we all knew
through his
that.
prison
Yep.
letters. And the longer he is behind bars and kept away from that is the better. We got to get, like with any addict, they need time away from this to come down, to drop off of this addiction.
So this is his own personal rehab.
Yeah.
I try to make him go to rehab.
He was
and
addicted to
say
cocaine. I gotta do
no.
heroin. Or no, what was it? Someone told me once. I heard a story. Like they used cocaine to get off heroin, and it actually worked because they would get the withdrawals from the heroin. They would take cocaine to get through the withdrawals,
I mean, one poison for another,
and then
sure.
they quit cocaine.
Cigarettes maybe?
I don't know.
And
Well, that's why you would see
Make
people when they
themselves-
quit drugs and stuff. They get real fat because then they go to eating food.
Oh, that makes sense.
Right. As much time as he can get in jail is better because he will not have access to that, and his public image will eventually fade away.
Doesn't know what's coming.
Also, it confirms he is not
It is
receiving
blocked.
accurate or comprehensive information on his legal status. Now, this is very important because it goes to his appeal. He is not going to be making the right decisions, the right strategy, and really the right thinking without knowing everything he knows and needs to know about the Korean legal system. And the public defender he's assigned is only going to give him the bare minimum. So Somali is probably going to be surprised when they tell him, which he probably doesn't know, that he's going to have to stay in prison in this detention center longer than 6 months because of his appeal. He hasn't received that bad news yet, I think, and that's going to be an absolute surprise. Somali does.
Is this knowledge that we know that he's going to have to stay in there longer?
Yeah.
But he doesn't know it.
He's about to get a surprise, and then I'm going to stand over him and go,
Oh no! What happened? Oh no! How terrible! That's just awful! How terrible! Oh no!
he's fucked. He is fucked.
Not know what's coming, and I think that's an absolute glorious thing. But I want to know what you guys think in the comments below, and I will catch you on the next
Check out Michael. Check out. Fucking, I can't say his name.
Legal
Oh,
mindset.
Thank you. I was trying to say mindset legal. Thank you all for joining us. Bye.
Oh, we got the
Thank
next
you all for joining me. Please like, subscribe, and comment. It would make me very happy. Kiss, kiss,